let's begin!
Initiating launch sequence.
System coming online.
We're live, Lou.
We're live and hello! Welcome to another episode of the Xbox International Podcast! Sour, I don't think our guest is on screen, but okay.
It was intentional. You gotta introduce the guest.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Lou, come on.
You're supposed to tell me this stuff.
Completely defies Louis.
You're supposed to tell me this stuff so I can be ready. So, guys, we have an awesome guest, which he is an artist and producer. He created the incredible XBI theme. Everyone is afraid to listen to his voice notes. Why is everyone afraid to listen to his voice notes?
He knows why.
Or daring to open any pictures he sends, huh? Sour, what do we have on here? Oh man, he taught Sour how to play poker and drink good whiskey. The only person capable of really drinking 150 beers, that's not true because Andre the Giant actually drank all those beers like it was nothing. And also Crazy Lou did, so
No,
yeah.
you did not, Lou.
Yes, I did.
Nope.
And before I introduce him, I will say the following. The only thing to fear is fear himself. Without further ado, I present to you Neri Kruger.
Is it a 90?
Is it 90?
How you pronounce it in English?
90. It's like the number. It's like 90, the number. It's just like I just.
Oh, okay.
90 Kruger. See, Sour put Nairy. Nairi. Nairi.
That's how it is.
That's how it is. Like 90.
Oh.
I apologize in advance.
That's fine.
Louis isn't good with names. It's
No. It's
That's
Nairi.
right.
It's spelled right. Nairi, but it's 90. He says 90. 90 Kruger, right? Did I get it right?
It's just like the number, like 90, the number 90, but just like written in Spanish, pretty much.
90. Yeah. I got it. So what's up, brother? Welcome to the Xbox International Podcast, and thank you for being us here, man. It's awesome, fantastic, man. How are you, and what have you been playing, sir?
I've been good. Can't complain. Lately, the things that I've been playing, I know I started God of War Ragnarok, probably 2 weeks ago. I've been putting a couple of hours only. And I know I'm waiting for one of my friends to finally decide that we're going to play online so we can play Remnant 2. I already played some of the game, probably 20 hours, but I'm still just going around just waiting for him to go online so we can kind of be playing.
All right. Okay, someone has the back static, and I think that's Sour Blow who has that sound coming in. It's like shh. There you go. It's fixed. And yes, we have a kid in the background.
Is it back?
It's back.
Yeah, we're gonna.
your gain's up too
Is it
high.
fixed?
You gotta fix the game. Fix the game.
No.
Fix the game. Fix the game.
How about now?
Fix your gain, homie.
All right.
That's still there.
I think it's getting better though. Oh, he muted it. But
Yeah,
anyways. Man, thank you for being on the show. This is awesome. It's fantastic. Our Captain Silent Cypher, how you been? It's been a while. And what have you been playing, sir?
God, it's been a minute. It's been all of since Saturday morning when I pulled your ass out of bed and had you play Bellatra.
Oh yeah, we did play Bellatra Saturday. Yes, it's way better.
Yeah,
way better.
Yeah, that sounds much better, sir. No, it's been a while since I've been hanging out with you guys here. Glad that I could be here this evening. Glad to be here with our guest. Welcome. My apologies in advance because of Louis. Louis doesn't know boundaries, so just bear with him. We have a safe word. It's Heineken. So if he does anything weird, just scream Heineken, and we will put him in jail. But no, in all seriousness, great to be back with you guys. Been playing some games. Looking forward to talking about everything that's been happening this last week. It's been a heck of a week in gaming.
That's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. But we hear, Nairi, we hear a little bit of sound in your back. If you can mute when and you come back when you talk, so that way sound doesn't.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just in case. Yeah. All right. Much better. Much better. Just in case, because then the chat will be like, "Oh, that noise!" You know how it is. But anyways, Sour Blow, how you been, bro? Then what have you been playing, sir?
I've been pretty. Hold on, am I muted? No, I'm not. Okay.
No, you're not. You're good.
All right, I've been pretty good. I've been super busy, but I managed to complete a vow recently, and I have played a bunch of Balatro actually, while I've been like busy at my son's school or whatever. You know, I jump in and it's pretty addictive. Definitely, it was what I expected when I saw how it was. I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty addictive. And that's why I didn't want to play it at the moment. But now, since I got a lot of time sometimes where like, I'm waiting for my son literally to finish his work and all that. So, yes, that's what I've been playing.
Here we go. Here we go.
What about you, Lou? How you been? And
here we
what
go.
have you been playing? And what's going on?
Here we go. AEC founder Mr. Click with a beautiful, awesome $2 super chat. He says Louis' Steam account is full of XXX games. No. Shit. Chat. This is why we cannot have nice things, because I'll be honest with you. Vic was like, Louis, you gotta play this game. I was like, what game? And he sent me a GIF of a game which I told Silent to play. It's the Russian roulette game that I told you about, Silent. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so these past couple of days, Vic is like, I'm gonna send you another game gift, but do not play it. And he sent me a Bao Chicka Wow Wow game.
Bao Chicka Wow Wow?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes.
You know what this means, right?
Yes.
You know what this means, right,
Bao Chicka Wow.
Yes.
What? Vic, sir, if you could please provide the chat Louis' Steam profile.
No.
Thank you, sir. Because I have all sorts of things that I could send to him that will make him and probably his wife blush. So please provide this in the chat, and we'll have some fun with Crazy Louis.
No, I don't want my Steam to be filled with that stuff.
Can't wait for people to look at his library and just be shocked. Yeah.
AEC founder Mr. Click with another beautiful, awesome $2 super chat says, "Lying ain't cool, Louis. I am a Catholic man." Oh, so you're coming with it? Listen, let me tell you all something about Dominicans. When a Dominican comes up and he says he's a full Christian or he's this, watch out. You gotta watch out for that.
De la secreta.
De la secreta, yes. Cristiano de la secreta, exactly. See, Sour knows what we mean. But the man comes around and say, I'm Catholic. Yeah, right. Like I'm falling for that. It's like when they say, hey, mi hermano, or hey, my brother, run away. Chat, run away. Run away. I'm telling you, watch out for that. So, hey, I've been good, Sablo. I've been good. I've been having an awesome, some awesome playing time. I've been playing, what's it called? AC Shadows. Having a blast with AC Shadows. Those guys really for this one, they did an amazing job with it. I mean, wow, it's been amazing. I have a day and 7 hours put into it already, which is, for me, that's already a lot. Sitting down like the first day I sat down there for 10 hours straight playing that game. It's really been a blast. Really good game, hands down. I gotta say, it's almost up there, being close to Black Flag. So let's see after I finish it. But
you're not bothered that the main protagonist.
The romantic situation. Sablo asked me how many times have I had a little bit of romantic stuff happen in the game. Ask me. I mean, I'm literally 31 hours into the game, and ask me how many times have I run into a romantic situation.
Well, not on that game, but I'm sure on the other game they gifted you.
Oh, I haven't played that yet. I haven't played that yet. I haven't given
Sure,
it a try.
sure.
I swear to God, I haven't. You can. I
Okay,
don't know.
all right, yeah,
Wait,
sure.
Yeah,
what?
yeah. No, no.
Chapter one.
Look,
Chapter one. Delivery guy.
I'll even show you my screen that it does not have nothing like that on it. I'll even show you my screen. It's full of shit, but you know.
Yeah, Louis took a screenshot before he played any of it, so that way he could show his
No, no,
actual
no.
work.
I'll even do it live if I have to. It's full
I
of
actually
pictures.
want to see that game that Louis playing. Is like select your character: astronaut, plumber, pizza guy.
Pizza guy. What?
Chippendale's dancer.
So wait, is this gonna be pick on Louis Day?
Every day is pick on Lil Day.
Every
God
day.
damn it! God damn it!
Are you new here, Louis? Are you new here?
Why this? Why
Did you
does pick
forget
on,
where you're at? Come
Why
on.
does the pick on Louis Day always follow me? That's what always John and Mike always said. My best friends from school. And when I asked them, is it pick on Louis Day? They say it's every day pick on Louis Day. What are you talking about? God damn! It's always like that. Oh man, oh man. But anyways, let me say hi to the chat. And after that, we got some serious questions to ask our guests here. So now you know what? Let's start with the serious question, then I'll say what's up to the chat. So for you, 90, our question is Constellation has chosen you to pick three games that will go into space in a time capsule as a mean of introducing other life forms to our planet. What three games would you choose and why, sir?
Well, it depends because if I'm gonna choose a game to introduce them to like how we humans are, they're gonna be bad games because usually those are the ones that sell a lot.
Oh, what
But
games
if
are
you're
they?
gonna, if you like things like, for me they're bad. I'm sorry, but like Fortnite, Call of Duty, for me those games are like casual games. Like people that don't really play get into those games. Like things like FIFA, NBA 2K, like those are games, like really nice games, but it's not something that I would choose as to me showing up what's the best that I can give. So if I'm gonna choose, like it can be like it doesn't have to be like modern games. It can be like three games of any era, right?
Humanity might be safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
will say, I will send The Last of Us, the first one.
Okay.
I will
Good
say
choice.
The Last of Us. I will send Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and I will
Wow.
send Chrono Trigger. Like those three games.
Oh, wow. Chrono
Nice.
Trigger.
All
Nice,
right.
nice, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Great choices, brother. Great choices. Now, for the next question, sir. In a professional interview scenario, you got on a flight and decide to sleep for the duration of the trip. When you wake up, Phil Spencer or any other gaming idol you have is sitting next to you. You only have 2 or 3 minutes to introduce yourself. Give us your elevator pitch. What would you
And
say to them?
who would that idol be too?
Who would the idol be too?
Anybody that can get me a good paying job, I'll be like, dude, listen, I have a rough time. I'm really good. I can fit anywhere. I don't take much space. I'm like a cactus. You just put water on me like every 2 months, and I'm gonna make it happen for you. Hire me right now. That would be my pitch. Like, look, I'm usually not like this. You can see I don't even have a haircut right now. I'm ugly. I'm broke, but I'm your guy. Just hire me.
I,
That's an amazing answer.
All right.
it is.
That's
It
that's
is.
the that's a unique answer.
That's not a unique answer. We
I
never
know
had a guest say that, but it's
it's
good.
it's extremely earnest and sincere. Right? Like that's I feel like some folks try and wax poetic with it and try and come up with something very flowery. And he's just
I
like,
mean,
let me get to brass taxes. Let's talk the real
I
deal
mean,
right now.
this is the thing. Something that I have noticed. People that have like a higher ranking on any business, they can just talk to you about anything, and if they see something in you, they're gonna tell you like, come with me, you know. So I feel like a lot of the times when people try to do what anything, like get a job, getting to work with people, they forget about that most of the times it's more about the vibe, how they feel with you, than what do you talk about, you know. So I feel like if you can get to them in a way, like for example, I just said that to make you guys laugh, just to joke. If I can make them laugh and joke with them, probably they will ask me like, well, what will be your idea for a game, for example? And I will like just say an idea. And if they like them and they like me and I make them laugh, they'll be like, you know what, just come with me.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
hey, you're
Yep.
right. You're right.
You know that also works in relationships too.
Yep, it
Be-
does.
you know the old saying, right? You know the old saying?
What's the
Make
saying?
them laugh, make them breakfast.
I did not know that one. Make a lap, make
No?
a breakfast.
Okay.
No?
Well, you do that every day, though.
Hey, no, I don't. No, I don't. Well, I mean,
Different when you're her kid, though. That's weird.
Oh yeah.
wait, what? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. But anyways, you have passed our security clearance, sir. Silent, are you ready, Captain or not? Or should I shut out the chat before you get ready? Real quick, I'll shut up the chat. We got it's Timmy in the building. What's up? It's Timmy. Sappho. What's up? Sour. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but it's like.
Well, it's my kids.
It's
Sorry about that.
Sour sounds like he is live on the scene of the old
Yeah.
movie The Thing right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sounds like that. It
It
sounds
sounds like
it's
he's out
in
in
Antarctica.
like in the Siberian winter.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, some weird place.
Apaga
Yeah.
el abanico. He has a fan.
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
blowing
it's-
air.
No.
Oh.
It's no fan. It's just what's the sound was my youngest. He's on top of like a little tricycle upstairs, and he's going back and forth.
Oh.
You see?
Oh,
Right
that
Yep.
Rocket sounding tricycle.
that's a big ass tricycle because I never heard that shit in my life. Sappho, what's up, G, maybe, maybe. What's up, G, baby? How you doing, brother? Greatness awaits. Hello. B, Money B, what's up? Demo Flow Gaming, what's up? The beautiful, the awesome Purple Haze. How you doing, Purple? What's up with you? Oh, man. Letek, yo, what's up, Letek? How you doing, brother? Let me see. Oh, RSJ fan in the building. What's up, Becca? How you doing? Let's see who else is in here, man. Chat's full of people today. Let's go. Man, Captain, are you ready? Or should we just jump into the subjects?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Captain, take it away.
Greetings, explorers. This is your captain speaking. We're about to embark on an extraordinary journey beyond the stars. Here are a few things you need to know before so we can ensure a smooth takeoff. Please make sure that your seatbelts are fastened and securely, and also make sure that your seats are in the upright position. Double check that your spacesuits are properly sealed and oxygen levels are optimal. And lastly, switch all electronic devices to flight mode and ensure communication devices are set to receive announcements. We gently remind you that we are thrilled to have you on board to venture into the unknown, and countdown has ended now. Let's go.
All right. So for our takeoff topic number one, it's gonna be, guys, we have some exciting news, and I know a lot of people in my morning show have been talking about it a lot, but I'm happy to see it's happening. Bam Margera reportedly appearing in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 after apparent exclusion. Skateboarder Bam Margera is reportedly appeared in the Tony Hawk 3 and 4 after supposedly being excluded from the remake. Margera. Is it Margera or Margera? I always get it wrong. Also known for his role in the Jackass franchise. No, he started Can't Kill Yourself, get that fixed. Has been dealing with long-standing substance abuse, health, and legal concerns. In 2020, was dismissed from the film Jackass Forever following allegations of inappropriate content. He first appeared in the Tony Hawk series in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 in 2001 and remained a mainstay in the series until 2007's Proving Ground. According to Roger Bailey, co-host of the Live Club, the game was already done. Tony called up Activision and was like, hey, we're putting Bam in the thing. Pause. And they were like, hey, we can't. He goes, no, you're going to do it. And basically made them fly Bang back out there to get body scan and everything else and get him back in the game. Badley's comments were made in the members-only live stream in the podcast YouTube channel. Ah, man. Guys, I got a question for you guys. I mean, were you big fans of Bam Margera back in the day and Tony Hawkins? Or were you big fans of CKY and all that stuff? And are you guys are happy that Bam Margera is finally coming into Tony Hawk. I mean, back to Tony Hawk. Let's start with you, Nairi. What do you think about that?
I think it's good. Like actually, I used to skateboard when I was younger. When I was like probably like 13 until I was like 16. And like besides the game, obviously it started with the games, but besides the game, that's something that we morph into actually going and watching the skateboard videos. And Bam Margera was a huge part of that, and he became like, let's say, part of popular culture when he was in Jackass. So I do believe that including him, I mean, not including him in the game, it would be like a disservice. So I feel like it's good. It's a what I don't know because I got disconnected from like skateboarding. So I just with
Oh,
one of
we all
my
did.
cousins, we send like back and forth videos that we see online. But something that I will find interesting if they did, or I don't know if they do it or they should do, is like having like some of the new blood mixed with the old blood, like some of the new skaters right now into the roster with the old ones. But I don't know if something like that might be possible. But I'm happy he's there.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. How about you, Captain? Because I know you're a big Tony Hawk fan. I know you got your skateboards on the background. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, no, actually, to jump on to what Nairi said, he brought up the fact of like bringing in new skaters, right?
Yeah.
And they did do that on One Plus Two. They brought in like not. I'm gonna butcher the name, but there were like 5 or 6 new folks that they brought in,
Wow.
so that way they could kind of kick in some of the new with the old as well. So you had like some of our old classics and stuff, but then you had some of the new guys. So
Silent. Your
I would
mic.
think that. Sorry,
Okay, right.
no,
You
I
went
hit
silent.
space. We're good. I would think that they'll do it again this time. But that being said, we haven't seen anything talking about that yet. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to see. Like I think they had Riley Hawk also, Tony Hawk's son, in that 1+2 bundle. So if we see some more of like the newer up and comers, that would be cool to see again. As far as Bam, yeah, I mean he's especially for my generation, and I'm assuming I think you guys are all kind of right around my same age. Holy moly! But anyways, I think around our same age, like all of us grew up around CKY. We grew up around Jackass. We grew up around like all these things, right? And so the idea that he's in this again is great. Personally, for me, I thought it was kind of crappy the fact that they would remove him. I know he's obviously been in a long running sobriety run, just like trying to get clean, trying to get to a good spot in his life, and I get it. Like they separated ties for him when it came to Jackass 4 because of where he was at. He was obviously not in a great place, and if you watch any videos from him over the last few years, when
Mm-hmm.
he's in his fight trying to get over it, it was a mess. Like you look at the conversations between him and like Knoxville or Tremaine or some of those guys from the Jackass crew, and it's kind of rough. Like it's hard to watch because he was one of the biggest stars of some of those early Jackass movies just because of who he was
He
and how
started pretty much.
he was with his stunts. Yeah, I mean it's
CKY, yeah.
you had yeah, like you had CKY and then you had your Jackass on TV and all that stuff there for a couple seasons, and then we saw the movies come out and stuff. So he's offered so much to the media, to the video game side of things, to all of this, that for him not to be there does kind of suck. Like I don't know if you guys saw the new Jackass 4, but without him,
Forever.
it was really weird.
That was.
It was really weird. Like obviously Ryan Dunn, rest in peace. He wasn't in it, but to not have Bam Margera, his best friend, in it either, like that sucked, and it felt kind of flat because you didn't have that energy that you have when Bam Margera's there. And so the idea that like these games would come out without Bam Margera also just kind of felt like it wasn't really a great look. So I was really happy to see that Tony Hawk, kind of vouched for him. Like I've seen them doing a lot of skate sessions recently, and so it was really cool to see that. Obviously he's starting to mend those fences. He's starting to get to a better place in his life, and good on him, right? Like he's got a kid, he's got a stable relationship with his wife at this point, and I'm glad to see that things are starting to turn around for him. Because it's rough to see someone like that fall from grace as hard as he did. So yeah, the fact he's going to be in that's awesome. Maybe that means we'll see some other things coming too. Like if another Jackass movie comes out, maybe we'll see him there as well. Maybe if this Tony Hawk 3+4 does well, maybe we'll see Underground with him in it. Like who knows? But I think it's a win for the fans, definitely, and for Bam.
You're muted, crazy. No, you're muted.
No, he's just thinking really hard. he's preparing for when he goes to
Oh,
jail.
how about you, Sour? I thought it was me. Sorry about that.
All right.
Right.
Well, for me, definitely. I think I'm gonna disappoint you guys, but
Uh-oh.
I did play.
Every
I-
time.
Every time.
I
Let
did
her
play the
go.
Tony Hawk's games, but I was never good with names. Like the only skateboard I really knew was Tony Hawk. So I honestly, if he would be there or not, I wouldn't probably know. um,
We gotta get Sour Blow to watch Lords of the what's it called? Lords of the it's a movie,
Lords of Dogtown. Is that
Lords
what
of
you're talking about?
Dogtown. Yeah, he needs to watch that movie. It's a good movie too.
No, he needs to watch a lot of movies. I guarantee you he hasn't watched any of CKY.
And why? He hasn't. Nope, he never did.
Guaranteed he hasn't watched that. He hasn't watched Viva La Bam. He hasn't
Viva La Bam,
watched
nope.
probably most of the Jackass stuff.
No, he hasn't.
I saw
He's
one of
never
Jackass.
seen
That's
he's never seen Beastman and Skeletor, which if you've seen that video, if you know, you know. It's
You guys are speaking
something.
a different language right now.
We're speaking of what now?
Different language.
so
What different
disappointing.
language?
Sorry,
What is
sorry,
what?
chat. Sorry,
Yeah,
chat.
so
Sorry,
I'm
sorry
sorry
to
to
our
disappoint you
guest.
guys. I'm
Sorry
not
to
even gonna
our
waste.
guest. I know you expected better, and I apologize.
Dear Lord Sour I can't believe you did not play that much of Tony Hawk's games. I mean, they're actually the
No,
best.
I
people-
play the games. I just don't know none of
Oh.
the skateboarders.
You just don't
You
know.
don't know.
Dude.
You don't know none of the skateboard. I mean, where the hell? I mean, I used to even skateboard, even though I got hit. You know where every time I tried to grind, but I used to skateboard like crazy.
I don't know about that.
Yep.
150
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Hey,
I
I can
believe the
skateboard, bro.
skateboarding about as much as the 150.
I can skateboard, bro. I can skateboard. I cannot ollie as high, but I can skateboard though. I'm a good skateboarder. No joke.
All right.
You know,
Well,
when I used to skateboard, the funny thing is like for me it was difficult to land a kick flip, but I
Yeah.
could do like 10 hard flips on a row.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
It was like it's supposed to be harder than the kick flip, but I couldn't make the kick
Yeah.
flip, so I will just do the hard flip.
Isn't it funny how some of those moves, like as simplistic as they were, you do other ones. You do something like a shove it, or you'd even just like jump like a 9 stair or something, and you're like, oh, this is cake. But then you try and do a kick flip or a heel flip or something, and you just missed it every single freaking time.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even like you could be staying in place, and it would be difficult to do those. But like you said, hard flip or whatever, it was super easy compared. It's interesting the technicality of some of those, the difficulty of those moves.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was. And moving on up, guys, Assassin's Creed Shadows breaks records and breaks crazy false narratives out there. Oh my God. I mean, they've been kicking butt all over the place, even on Twitter. I mean, dude. I don't know who the heck is handling the Assassin's Creed account over there on Twitter, but they kicking ass out there. I mean, they're not taking. I mean, those guys they put the gloves on and say, "Hey, you want to talk shit? Okay, we'll talk shit back." They ain't playing around, man. It's been amazing. So here's the good stuff about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows sold more physical UK copies in 1 week than Star Wars Outlaws did in 3 months. Assassin's Creed Shadows hits 2 million players, putting it on track to be the series' most successful game yet. So let me start with the guess, 90. So get ready. Could this be the game that finally gets Ubisoft up from the ground? What do you think about that, sir?
No, and it's not
What?
about the game. It's about Ubisoft.
It's about
Like,
Ubisoft? All right.
yeah, it's not about the game. Like, they can do the best game ever, and then they will go out and they will just mess it up. They will mess up like big time. I feel like they need to start taking a break with some of the games. Like, for example, one of my friends earlier showed me something of the next Assassin's Creed that they're gonna release, and they just released this one. So let me enjoy this one before you do something else with the same franchise. And like, I feel like they have done so many wrong things right now. Like, with I know they canceled the Division 3, which I was waiting for that game. And like, I played like the other day, like a couple months ago actually. I played with a couple of friends, Ghost Recon, and oh my god, the game is so bad. The only reason why we beat the game is because it was hilarious to be the four of us complaining about the game. So even though the game, maybe with this game they're not gonna go bankrupt, maybe they're gonna have enough money to live another day. But there is like, if you do one thing right, it doesn't change the fact that you have done like 20 things wrong in a row, and you're probably gonna keep doing it.
Good take, good take, good take. How about you, Silent?
I'm sitting right there with them on that one.
Really?
I mean, it's one of those. Well, yeah, it's one of those things, right? Like Ubisoft has shown that they can't take criticism. They're not willing to accept that what they're doing right now with most of their franchises is a disservice. Uh, you know, this is a very good game, and it's done really well as far as reviews and as far as just
Uh,
user feedback in general. But it's one of those things where no matter what Ubisoft does at this point in time, they are owned. They oh good god, they're owned and run by folks that at this point in time, like yeah, exactly. Gee, maybe Eve's ego when it comes to all this stuff, like it knows no bounds. Uh, this game did really well. That's awesome. I'm really happy for him, and I hope that the team gets rewarded accordingly. But the problem that we run into is that Ubisoft still forgets or just doesn't even care about what we tell them as feedback. Like, we could tell them this thing's amazing. This is exactly what we want you to do moving forward.
yeah.
They're just going to do what Ubisoft does. They're going to ignore all of the IPs that they have sitting there. They're just like collecting dust. Like Splinter Cell, there's supposedly a new Splinter Cell that's in play, right? We haven't seen anything from it. All we've heard is that it exists. We know that potentially Ironside has done voicing for it,
Mhm.
but that's all we know. Like, and Splinter Cell is one of the biggest things for them in the
Mhm.
original Xbox and 360 era. You look at what that game did, what Rainbow Six did back in the Xbox and 360 era. If they went back to those and they paid those specific series reverence, they'd probably see a lot more sales. But they just don't
R-
seem to get it.
Real quick, I'm starting to think that Splinter Cell was announced because they were in a bad situation. They're like, "Oh, let's announce this so
Yeah.
so we get the crowd excited."
Well, yeah. I mean, it. Here's the thing, just to tinfoil hat what you're saying, right? There's always the possibility that they said this because at the time we knew that there was a possibility they were going to be purchased, right? So if you say something like, hey, by the way, we've got a Splinter Cell that's in the hopper right now that we're working on, that sounds really appealing to someone who's getting ready to purchase your company or purchase that specific IP, right? So if they say, hey, we've got something in the works, that draws attention. So maybe, maybe they did it just to kind of draw more attention and bring the narrative back to them. I don't know. This was a really positive note for Ubisoft, among quite a few down notes recently. Although, even Plume said that the Avatar game was really good, and I heard good things about that Star Wars game that came out recently. But this thing has drawn a lot of attention, and I hope that Ubisoft actually utilizes this feedback.
Yes, I agree.
And tries to realign where they're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I miss the Ubisoft of the old Xbox and 360 days.
Same here.
I miss Rainbow Six when it was fun to play. When I didn't have to choose a random operator, I could make the fun for whatever character I played as. I didn't have to have a specific character for it. It's even like what Nairi said about Ghost Recon, right? Is like, it wasn't what I assume you were playing Breakpoint, the most recent one, right? Yeah. It wasn't a fun game. It was only fun because of how ridiculous it was. Like, it was just kind of a joke. But, it's like it got friends together and it allowed you to still play games together. So it's a good experience. The game's no good, but it just, I don't know. Ubisoft lost its footing a long time ago, and I don't feel like they've really found it since. Even if they get a good game out there, they just don't know how to follow through afterwards.
Well, let's see how this one goes, because I'll be honest with you. My next question is going to be: do you think they got the name rid of being Boogie Soft, or because that's what they called it here? They call it Boogie Soft because of all the bugs it had. And really quick, P Lump in the building with a beautiful and awesome $2 super chat. He says, "You already know why I'm here. Play my theme song." And I don't know what's your theme song, P Lump, but I'm waiting for the chat to help me out, because I haven't heard your theme song yet, brother. Oh, man.
We'll play your theme song as long as it doesn't get us a DMCA takedown.
Hold on. Is it this one?
What? Which one?
Oh, hold on.
What's P Lump's theme song?
Hold on. Give me a sec.
Is it air? Because if it's air, I'm hearing that in the background.
Oh, we hear air.
Why is it not playing?
I don't know, Sam, but what you do?
I know why.
Please tell me it's Phil Collins in the air tonight. That'd be amazing.
You still hear me?
Yes. Okay, Sour.
All right. Is it this? No, why is not playing?
No, it's not that one. No. Cut it.
Okay. Wait, why couldn't I hear it?
Wait, cut it.
It's still playing.
It's still playing? Oh, my bad. What's going on? Hold on. All right. There, is it still playing?
Yes, it is.
Sour. All right,
is it still playing?
No, it's not.
I didn't know you had a copy of the softcore porn Black Dynamite, but that's fine.
So, chat, we have finally confirmed.
I'm glad to hear it.
No, don't worry. There's no copyright on that.
This tells us right away. You are gaming. You were right. Sour Blow is a pony. Confirm 100% now with that music playing on the background. Yes, because that's
No.
Yes,
Sour's not a pony. Sour's watching some adult material while he watches the show. That's what we're finding out.
That's what we're finding out.
That was Bow Chicka Wow Wow right there. That's what that was.
You know what I was doing? I was trying that game that Lou told me to play.
I don't want to know what you're doing.
the game Lou.
We don't want to know. No.
Yeah.
We don't want to know. No.
Yeah, because you can see his face, but you can't see his hands. So no, please.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hand check. Hand check.
My hand's up here.
Oh, Sour, you delayed. Sour,
you only saw one hand for Sour. Like,
yeah, yep.
I can't find the camera.
With the beautiful and awesome $2 super chat, he says it's Hollywood theme song. 10 seconds. No, that's a Jimi Hendrix theme song we used for WWE, just to let you know. Yes, sir. That was wasn't it? It was Jimi Hendrix guitar, right? Sour for his intro. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's not Hollywood Hogan theme song. So it was,
Thanks. Now
Sour
we gotta
Below. There you
now we
go,
gotta
G
pay them.
baby. That's a good name for sour. Sour Below. There you go. This show. All I know is this show just went to hell, like Steve Harvey would say. God damn.
Ah, shit.
They call him Mr. Handshake.
Oh hell no, 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 no.
So Ubisoft.
What do you think, Sour? Bring it back in. What do you think about all this stuff?
I mean, it's nice that the game it seems to be doing well. People have been liking it. People that I know that actually I do trust. What they said. They say the game is pretty good so far.
So you trust Louis?
So not you really.
God,
I
man.
wasn't talking about you. Sorry. But I do agree with what both Nighty and Silent has been saying. I also have been saying like forever that a big problem with Ubisoft is that a lot of their games. Sorry about the background. A lot of their games feel like they're. Oh my god, they're gonna destroy the house. A lot of their games feel like they're like it almost feel like the same DNA, and I think it's a lot because the way the whole studio works, where they have like 20 different studios, and they all put their hands on the games. It's not like, for example, PlayStation or Xbox, where each studio have their own IPs and they work on their own games. So when you play one of their games, you kind of feel their DNA within. But like you play Assassin's Creed and then you play Star Wars, sure, there's different games, but it kind of feels like they also recycle a lot of the stuff. So I think it got into a point where if you're a Ubisoft fan and you start playing a lot of their games, you're eventually going to get tired. So that's a
Yeah.
big issue with them.
It it all always had the exact same format, right? Oh hey, capture this tower. Okay, cool. Now that you captured this tower, here's 30 tasks for you to go do on the minimap. All right, cool. You did those? Go find another tower. Cool, you found that? Here's another 30 tasks, like rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they've never gotten away from it because for some reason, because Ubisoft has done linear games in the past and they could do it again, but the problem is they were convinced that these massive exploration games, these open world games, is what draws everyone in, and it does to an extent. But the problem is as you get to our age, we don't have that much time. So the idea of spending 100 hours sitting here trying to complete a map, that's not something we can do easily anymore. Kids are in their 10s to 15s, early 20s, sure, but we were the people who were buying their games on a regular basis. The
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft that we know is not the Ubisoft that's here anymore.
It needs to come
Kids
back.
that are coming up playing games now, they don't know what this is. Like kids haven't really been raised on a proper Far Cry for years. So the idea of this massive map where you got to do all these different things like that, kids have short attention spans now. They don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're trying to pitch it to someone who doesn't exist anymore. It's an audience that doesn't really exist or is dwindling or just doesn't have the time.
Yeah,
You know something.
uh,
Sorry to cut you off. You know something that I don't
okay.
like about the Ubisoft games is like they have this habit of doing this thing where you don't feel any fulfillment. For example, when I'm playing the Division, I love the Division, but one of the things is like I'm gonna beat this mission and I'm gonna get this awesome gun, and then I get the gun and I up like do the upgrades, all the stuff is the strongest gun. Like 2 minutes later, any random guy is gonna give me stronger rifle. So you keep like upgrading the same equipment. You don't get like this thing where like some of like with some RPGs that you get like a sword or like some type of gun weapon and you stay with it for a period of time until you actually find something better. And with Ubisoft, it feels like you're just playing for the next loot that is dropping, even from like not even from a boss, but like from like regular enemies. You're gonna get the biggest gun from a boss, and then you kill
Pause.
a regular goon, and then you're gonna get another one that is even better. It's like, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say also real quick that um, all like most of the Ubisoft games, if you look at them, they're all like long games, and I feel like not every video game has to be like 40, 30, 50, 60 hour games. Like you can have shorter games. And then they did a short game which was the last what is it? Prince of Persia. It had
Yeah.
great reviews and it sold over 1 million copy and for them it was not enough. I'm like,
No.
for that type of game, over 1 million copy, it's kind of fine. It's actually pretty good.
I'd I'd be curious what their budget was on that Prince of Persia game, because it felt like it was really well polished. It's really good, and I've been playing it on my Xbox recently because I snagged it on a deal. Because I was nervous when it first came out. I was like, "This is another
Mm,
Ubisoft joint."
exactly. That's what
But
happens to all of
as
us.
I've been playing it, I'm like, okay, okay, this is good. But again, like I wonder because Ubisoft they have the bloatware effect where they add like 10 to 15 different studios working on portions of this game, right?
Mhm.
And so you figure like, okay, you've got all these different studios working on this for X amount of months. How much was your budget? And then, okay, you only sold 1 million copies. Like 1 million copies for an indie or something, that's phenomenal. But for
Mhm.
a Ubisoft game, it's a different bar because they have so much overhead. So it makes you wonder just kind of where they're sitting as far as what their overhead was versus what they actually got back for this.
Mhm.
Um,
But
I
to
don't
me,
know.
that's
Yeah,
mismanagement right there because
it is.
you
No,
you could have a
and it
small
has been.
team make that exact same game. So
Yeah, dude, absolutely. You could have done that with a smaller team. And Ubisoft had a track record of doing these smaller games. That's what I don't get. Is, Ubisoft has done smaller games. They
Mhm.
could do it. It's still within their wheelhouse. But again, I feel like they're forgetting where they came from. They're not recognizing that they can do a broad variety of games. Not every game has to have a tower that you climb up to in an open world that's a 60 plus hour game. You could have one that's 4 to 6 hours, and that's just fine too. But you have to balance out your budget. And Yves Guillemot, I feel like he does not understand what a budget is. And then he comes out and is always trying to stave off people from buying their company. So like I don't know what he's doing. Like it's mismanagement, like you said, right up front.
Mhm. Yes, sir. Mismanagement. You're right. You're right. You're right. So, moving on up to the next topic, and now we're going in for the climb, guys, for the climb. And this is going to be interesting because, hell, PS5 owners really want to play Xbox games as Microsoft tops Sony pre order charts. If you're looking for some solid evidence that Microsoft's strategy to bring Xbox games to PS5 is seeing some early success, look no further than Sony's own PlayStation Store today. The top pre-order games in the US PlayStation Store are Indiana Jones: The Great Circle and Forza Horizon 5, with the $100 premium versions of the game of both games providing the most popular. So now here comes a little bit of slander from Lou. Here we go. If you buy the game, do you automatically become part of the Xbox family? Let's start with our guest. Natty, what do you think about that?
I mean, like Sour know that I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm not really much of an Xbox
Yeah,
guy.
and you should do the
But
jump. Save money.
yeah, but the thing is, like, to me, gaming is gaming. It really doesn't matter. Like, honestly, those two games is not something that personally I would buy. I haven't seen anything about the Indiana Jones, and I'm not much of a cars game. But like, I definitely gonna buy Gears of Wars. The moment that that thing hits PlayStation, if it does, I'm gonna buy those. And
So,
I don't think it makes you like because I don't know. People are like too tribalized with this thing. It's not one or the other. Look, I got one friend of mine always say the only people that fight like between Xbox and PS5 are the people that don't have money to buy both.
Oof.
Gaming is gaming at the end of the day.
Sour, can you do something for me real quick? Because on our side, I hear him loud and clear, but I think it's between the show or the
It
program.
it's a little
A little
low. If
low.
we
It's a
could get
little
the
low.
gain up or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
On who?
On that and on
On
Ivory.
on Nairi.
On
I
Ivory.
Oh,
mean, if you
right.
want, I can try to increase the volume of the microphone, but I think it's on a good volume right now. If I keep it, you just let me know whenever you.
Sure.
All right.
Like 1, 2, testing.
You're still too low. I think it's on our side. So Sour, check if we can create
No, it's all the way up on this.
on this side.
Yeah.
I mean, let me try to see. I don't know what else can I do because I have a condenser microphone. It should be loud enough with an audio interface.
Ooh.
Try try
Hmm.
getting closer to the mic. Maybe it's
Try to get closer to the
Do you
mic.
think? Do you think maybe like this? He might something like this.
I kind of hear it the same, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels about the same.
It feels about the same. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Let me.
weird.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I think I found it. God damn. What about now?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
whoa,
now it's
hey,
too loud.
ooh, there we go.
whoa, how?
Okay. Drop a
I
little
got it. I
bit.
got it. I got it. I got it. I got
There
it.
we go. There we
There
go.
we
There,
go.
We hear
there we
you.
go. We hear you now. Is it better,
Okay,
chat now?
testing. 1, 2, 3.
Is it better now, chat?
Can you hear me now?
Good. Yes,
Yes.
sir. We can.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
better. That's better. Thank
Much
you.
better.
Much better. Much better. Hope the chat can now hear you when you speak. All right. All right. Oh yeah. So Sour, how about you? What do you think about this?
What was the question again?
If you buy the game, do you automatically become part of the Xbox family?
I mean, it's I always have said like gaming is like I agree with 90. Like gaming is gaming. Like it doesn't like, and I'm not in favor of like any specific brand. I do like the Xbox ecosystem more, but it doesn't mean anything. Like if they do something I don't like, I'm the first one to call them out. And it like if I see a game that I like from another platform, then I'll play the other game too from the other platform. Like right now, I'm playing
Uh-oh.
Zelda Breath of the Wild on
Okay.
the Switch, so I have no problem with that. And I mean, I think people should worry more about enjoying the games rather than speaking about, oh, my console's better, or you know this game. I think it's great that exclusivity is kind of ending, because if you see, like, from both sides, like, games are starting to come out in all the platforms, and it's all about the money at the end of the day. The companies just want your
All right.
money, and that's what I feel about. What
That's
about you,
great.
Lou? You
What
seem
about
to you seem to be waving that Xbox flag.
yeah? You seem to be the Xbox what?
No, you seem to be waving that Xbox flag.
Oh man, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's because of all the slander that goes out there that like to make fun of the people who throw in that slander. That's all. Because at the end of the day, it's like what Nadi said, we're all gamers, right? I mean, do they become part of the Xbox family? Yeah, especially the guys who try to slander it and said that the Xbox games suck. They're not that good. They don't have any games and all that stuff. I'm just happy that every time they go out there and spend this, and I'm seeing that the actual strategy is actually working. They're actually doing a pretty good job with the strategy. Now, the question is to you guys, and then I'll get to you, Silent. And let's start with Silent with this one. Do you think the strategy will help people go ahead and buy an Xbox to become part of the Xbox ecosystem?
Mm, mm,
Hmm.
maybe.
Maybe.
No, so here's the thing. You have to give credit where credit's due.
Hmm.
Xbox is approaching all the markets in a broad fashion. They're expanding out their reach. which Sony has tried to do to an extent. Nintendo doesn't care about because Nintendo is just Nintendo. And they're
They're on
the
their
kid
own.
in the back corner. They're the kid in the back corner of the classroom eating their boogers and being like, yeah, we're smart. We're smart. Like, good for Nintendo. I'm glad that you could release a Nintendo Switch 1.5 after 8 years. That's
He's a
awesome
Nintendo
for
hater.
you. That's awesome for them. I hope that they enjoy their $500 price tag for nothing different, but that's fine. That being said, if you wanna play next gen games or current gen games, you can play it on a PC, you can play it on PlayStation, you can play it on Xbox, or any of the various handhelds that have come out sans Nintendo. If you want a system that brings you back to the early 90s,
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. Bro, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, me? I'm scratching my back.
Yeah.
I got this cool back scratcher. See? So I'm scratching my back.
Okay.
I got one of those actually.
You know,
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Scratching your back.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
I don't want to know what else you scratched.
I don't.
I'm telling you, this show is going to hell. I'm telling you.
I don't.
Please don't
I don't
smell
want
it.
I don't want to give Louis credit, but to be fair, a back scratcher is a very convenient thing.
Yes,
It's a lazy thing, but it's convenient, right?
It's not lazy because
our guest,
when I
our
get those
guest
itches,
makes a very good point, though. Don't scratch other things and then scratch your back, because then people are going to be like, why does this dude smell like a giant bag of ass? Like, no one needs that.
Well, I mean, I'm tired of scratching my back against the wall like the pigs do. So now I got this, and I'm scratching pretty much my whole back.
You know, I would quote Superbad right now, but I don't think that our chat wants that. No. Sorry, where was I? I was bashing Nintendo. I know that, but
yeah, you were bashing.
No, So, as far as hardware, I don't think Xbox is going to see a lot as far as growth. But also at the same time, Microsoft has proven that they don't really care about growth as far as hardware goes, right? Like you've got a handheld that's coming, but at the same time, right now, if I wanted to, I could pull my phone out, I could go to xbox.com/play, and I could stream games onto my phone. So, it's getting to a point where they've expanded their reach. Again, yes, okay, now I know where I'm at. Nintendo hasn't bothered with it. Sony has done it to an extent. They're playing with it. They're dipping their toes in. As time goes on, we will inevitably see Sony go day and day on Steam, because again, it goes back to what makes the most fiscally responsible sense. Right? Like if you have yourself accessible to the majority of people on all the different systems, be it multi-plat or be it streaming or whatever, it makes a lot of sense as a business. So yes, I think it's a yes and no. For Microsoft, I don't think they're going to sell a bunch more hardware because of what they're doing. But I do think the fact that they have a broad scope, be it a smartphone, smart TV, whatever, smart fridge, like you can play an Xbox on anything. Mm-hmm. Sony is showing that they're trying to do the same thing, and I would imagine sometime in the near future we'll see them very similar on behavior. Nintendo is not going to do it because Nintendo is Nintendo. Like someone's going to buy a Nintendo no matter what. You could charge them $600, they'll still buy it. But I do think that Xbox will start to see some growth, especially with the investments that they've made, because they ended up getting abuzz. They have Bethesda. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of studios. They have a lot of talent. And as long as they take advantage of the talent that they have, and they continue to release the games, but they give the games enough time to actually develop, then they'll be in a good spot. We saw it with what we saw it with Redfall. It's like that's a prime example of a game that shouldn't have come out at the time it did.
Yeah.
Same thing with Forza Motorsport. So as long as they pay attention to the fact that they need to give these dev studios time to develop, I think Microsoft will gain traction in the market in general. I don't think they're going to catch up to Nintendo because, again, Nintendo is just Nintendo. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see a world where they could pass by Sony pretty easily. Like, yeah, Sony's got hardware, but Xbox is not paying attention to just that. They're expanding their reach.
I think
Sorry, I went way too far.
real quick, I would say I think their strategies are completely different. Like right now, if you look at a lot of the Xbox games that they have, and that they have been bringing to PlayStation also, you can like they're multiplayer. You can get like a lot of player base, so it makes a lot of sense. Like look at the success Sea of Thief has had. I'm sure. I'm sure. Forza Horizon 5. I'm sure that's gonna have a lot of success. And let's say if they bring Halo to PlayStation, the multiplayer that will have a lot of success. I know that will piss a lot of people off. That will piss a lot of people, but that I feel like will have a lot of success.
Sure.
Like Gears of War, sure. Like I feel like
only 10 people will get mad.
I feel like a good number will buy it. Maybe let's say 5 million or so. But I don't feel that's really a game that will be like that successful as many people will be. Not because it's not a good game, is because at the end of the day, like these companies want money, and the multiplayer games, the live service game, those are the games. Well, the live service game, those are the games that are bringing in the big bucks.
Yep.
And the Sea of Thieves, the Forzas,
yep.
and all that. That's where most of the money are. Call of Duty and all that. So that's where I feel they are right now.
Yep. That's what I feel too. I mean, they're bringing in that money to keep on surviving, giving us great games, and I'm just happy that they're buying it for 100 smackers. While over here on Xbox, you just get them for 20. There you go.
Why you gotta throw that?
Of course I gotta throw that. I always gotta throw that because I gotta teach my chat. Hey, we gotta save. If they come in here, I gotta teach you to save money. At the end of the day, it's all about save money, Sound Blow. And that's why
it is. Game Pass is good. I'll say that.
How about 90? When are you gonna jump into the Xbox? You need to jump over there and save money, especially you that you said I'm looking for a good job. I mean, seriously, it's a way to save money. Why haven't you jumped, bro? Save money.
I mean, the thing is, like, for me and Xbox, it's about the games that they have available. It's not my cup of tea. It's not that they're bad. It's just that it's not my thing.
Oh, okay.
And I understand what Sour Blow said. Like, I do agree that Gears of War, even though it's the one that I want to play, is not a game that is going to be doing good compared to something like Halo or Forza. But it's because of what I mentioned before, that you got games that are for, like, I don't want to sound disrespectful to those people because those are the ones that are driving the industry, but it's like the casuals fans. So you got to appeal to the most people, and most of the people don't want a game where they have to think and like go into too deep into the game. You know what I mean? That's why most people in the world are gonna go and buy something like NBA 2K, FIFA, something like Call of Duty, instead of buying something like, let's say, what's the name of, like, an Elden Ring. Not everybody's gonna play an Elden Ring. And that's where it comes the issue. As far as Microsoft selling more consoles, I don't think so. I don't think that's their strategy. I think they're moving towards streaming. Now, the only thing, and because they want to go ahead, they want to jump ahead of everybody else and do the thing, and they have the infrastructure because they are Microsoft. Like, a lot of people don't remember, or they forget that Microsoft Xbox is not the biggest thing that Microsoft has going on for them. Not even close to be the biggest thing. That's something else that they have. So they can kind of like, even if they lose money at the beginning, they can pull the money out of somewhere else and just put it into the Xbox. So what they try to do is that they try to create this thing where you can just stream the games from any console, from any like computer. But something that I feel like they need to realize is like you can't be too ahead of time because then you might fail because people are not ready for that. And something
which
that
they have been
that you
several
don't,
times.
and this is also something that I don't like about Microsoft, and I feel it has to do because of their culture. Sony and Nintendo are Japanese companies. Microsoft is an American company, and Americans is like, okay, we need to solve this. How we solve this? Just throw money at it. So they're gonna feel like if they're gonna make a game, instead of they thinking like, oh, we're gonna give the developer time, what do you need, let's try to make everything work, they will be like, we're just gonna throw money at the thing, I want it ready next within next 6 months. And then it's gonna happen the thing that happened to Redfall. And until they change that, they still gonna keep messing it
Well,
up, just like Ubisoft.
I mean, they changed it with Indiana Jones. They changed it with Avowed. Avowed has been a massive hit, you know. Then not only that, we also got news that South of Midnight is going to be dropping in 60 FPS. So yes, they have changed a
You know,
lot.
now this is what they, you know what they need to change? And I'm gonna cut
But
you off. I'm sorry. They need to change.
over
They
it.
need to fire everybody that is working on their marketing department
Oh yeah,
because they are
oh
horrible,
yeah, we all
horrible.
agree. We
It's
can
like
all
Well,
agree on
just
that.
It's
you
just
know,
with the
it's
name of the consoles, you get confused. It's like Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One,
yeah.
Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series. Like, just pick a freaking name. Just pick something. You can be like anything. Just do colors. Xbox Blue, then Xbox Red, or Xbox One. It's like just do something simple. Keep it simple.
Well, they got ahead of themselves because the problem is you when the original Xbox came out, you had the PS2, right? So they were going against something. So it sounded like it was the inferior system because you had the Xbox One, but you had the PS2. So the PS2 must be superior because it's higher up. And so they were dealing with being in this cadence, which, again, like for people like
I would
us,
have just
it doesn't
skipped a
matter.
number then.
Well,
Just
yeah,
skip a number.
and
Go.
that's what they tried to do, right? Is
they skipped
they're
a
like,
lot of
okay,
numbers
well,
there.
you've got a PS3, we've got a PS360, so eat our dirt.
Xbox
And,
360.
and they kept trying to fight it, and then at one point they're like, no, it's Xbox One because you experience all of it all around you at all times, like it's your
Fire
whole
them.
life. They kept trying over and over again, and I agree. Is like, there's a couple people in the marketing department there that are great, but that being
Yeah.
said, I don't think they're the people making the decisions.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's very accurate. The marketing department has been bankrupt for a long time when it comes to their creativity, their ideas, and even just advertising a product. Like, I don't like Apple, but Apple does a really good job at advertising their products.
Yes, best cell phone
You've
ever.
been no, you can go sit in the corner again, Louis.
Uh,
Um, no, you've been fighting someone like Apple for what, 3 decades plus? Learn something from your competition. Like, it's not that difficult. Just look at what the other person's doing and what is he doing in the corner?
He's on timeout.
I don't like how he's I don't I don't like how he's covered up in that corner though.
I'm gonna go sit
Yeah,
in the corner.
anyways,
I'm sitting
no,
in the corner. You
just
know, I got
just
something
learn
in the
learn
corner.
from your
I'm sitting in the
competition.
corner, though. Oh, you
I
say?
agree with our guest 100%.
Oh, all right, bring it back in, guys. All right, all right. Good answers to y'all. I mean, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. All right. So yeah, but on the marketing side of things, yeah, at least they're actually doing a better job than what it was because we're seeing them out there. They're promoting more stuff out there. I'm seeing more promotion than anything. I mean, crap. Finally, we're getting more on the marketing side. But I do agree though on the name stuff on the consoles though. 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series.
No, the whole marketing. It's
Yeah,
it's true. The whole marketing needs to
The
go.
whole thing needs to be
Oh,
yeah.
redone.
gone.
Yeah.
All of them gone.
At least with the names, though, with the names, they need to get a competitor for the cost because I understand. I've seen people get confused by that. There's people out there that get confused. There is people, trust me. I've seen people
Look,
buying
it's like
Xbox One X instead of a Series X. I've seen that happen. So yeah,
just use the letters. If you go like Xbox A, Xbox B, like anything, if you don't want to do the numbers, like anything, it really doesn't like it's too confusing. Or just do like
Well,
Nintendo does, that they change the name completely. But don't give me like the same name, like a different. Have you guys read the book 100 Years of Solitude? That all the characters have the same name but in a different way. It's like the same thing that Xbox is doing.
hmm.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
let's let's not forget the Xbox 360 had the Series E, the Series S, and the Series X. Yes, you had Xbox Sex all in the same generation. Like all sorts of weird random things. And I understand that it's an acronym. It means different things. But yes, exactly to Nairu's point is like they don't do a good job with those details. And
Mhm.
more than anything besides just the naming conventions, look at your competition. They don't advertise in general or market as much as the other ones do. Now, granted, you're saving money that way, yes, but you're also letting the other person win. Like
yeah,
you have to be the person out there.
but look at their strategy now. For example, is service. It's the streaming and also Game Pass. Right. I know I know a bunch of people actually that has an Xbox and they don't even know what Game Pass really is.
Yeah.
They don't know what are the hot games on the Game Pass. I know a lot of people that they don't even know about, the play anywhere where you can buy a game and if you buy the game, you can use it on PC, you can use it on your
Yeah,
Xbox.
they're starting with that now,
There's
though.
so many things that they don't even know. Like for example, Sony, for example, they upgraded a bunch of games that they upgraded. They charge you again for like $10. But what they did, they promoted the games, so people know. Oh, this game for $10 more, I can play it and it's gonna look better. Oh wow! But they did it for free. Xbox did it for free, but they didn't promote it. They just put it and
Yeah.
no one
And
knows.
they would have done a lot of business just on the fact that they announced the fact that, hey, we're doing it for free. Um, I know I know that a lot of folks don't like to play in the mud with some of the others, right? Like Sony throws shade at Xbox on a regular basis, or in the past has done,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
We look at something like when we shifted from 360 to Xbox One, and there was the game sharing situation, right? Where Sony came out and did the video with
Yep.
Adam Boys and whoever else, and it's like, hey, this is how you share a game. So like it's happened in the past. Microsoft could do the exact same thing, be like, oh, you pay $10 more over here if you do the exact same thing as what we can do right here, right now.
Hmm.
But again, Microsoft doesn't advertise those things. And I don't know if it's because they're trying to play a moral high ground and say like, "Oh, well, we don't want to get down in the dirt with the other companies." But dude, you have to look at it as dollars and cents. It's not about feelings. Do you want to be first place or do you want to be in last place? Like that's what it's about. And I don't understand why they've always tried to be so kind about their approach. Like sometimes you have to get dirty. Your opposition does it. You have to do it sometimes too.
Yep. Yep. I agree on that one, guys. I mean, they really need to pump it up a little bit more, but at least some, like I said though, like for like how Sour Blow was mentioned to play anywhere. Um, they're really starting to talk about it a lot more, which is actually a good strategy because I mean it came out in the news last week. They were talking about there's 1,000 games that have play anywhere now. Okay, now comes the question: what are the games that are play anywhere? Like the other day, I found out about a game that I did not know was playing anywhere. I was like, oh, this game is playing anywhere, you know. So yeah, at least they're starting to promote it even more. And I'm seeing that yes, they have did some changes in the marketing. Like I said, they've been promoting more of the games. I see every day they're tagging new things in there. They're putting out there on social media, and yes, they need to up the ante a bit, just a little bit more to get there. And those are the things that we're talking about here, right? That we're saying and bringing it to subject that they got to really put up that ante, but at least for what it was, what was it last year, 2 years ago? It has gotten better because damn, 2 years ago it was just it was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. It
No,
was
and they're getting the feedback,
Mhm.
and they are making changes accordingly.
Yeah.
It's just some of this stuff takes so long.
Yeah, it does.
Anything in a corporation like this, right? Like it requires so much approval that if you
Yeah.
make a decision, it's just like when we talk about it. Anytime that one of the studios, be it Xbox or Sony, anytime that they're starting to fall behind because the way that they're approaching it isn't working,
Yeah.
it takes so long to course correct because you all of a sudden have to look at everything that impacts, and you have to say, okay, we're behind. What do we need to do to change this? It takes a long time to do that course correct, which sucks. Like, it'd be nice if it were overnight, and so many things with technology now are, but these corporations take so long to make these changes.
Mhm.
So we see that as consumers.
Yep. Yep. Right about that. Right about that. So moving on to the last topic. I guess I'm safe for this. Yes, I'm safe. No jail time for Lou. All right. Woohoo.
Sour.
Let's
What's
go,
going
bro.
on here?
Sour.
I actually don't have it set up right now.
Ah! I am safe. Find an episode where Louis does not go to jail. Let's go.
Man, first Tony Hawk, and now you don't have him prepped for jail time. What are we doing?
Hey, I went to my corner though. You told me to go to the corner. I went to my corner.
Yeah, and it looked like you were doing something very nefarious in that corner. So let's not go back to that corner. That was
I was with my
concerning.
hands right here. I was just sitting, putting my hands up front like this. Nothing, do nothing.
Yep. Anyways,
Oh Lord. Right back into the last topic, and guys, we're gonna jump into this one because this one is gonna be an awesome one. Here's the Steam on Xbox evidence Microsoft didn't want you to see. Microsoft revealed early this year that it's combining the best of the Xbox and Windows together. Finally, they're finally getting what a lot of us Xbox fans actually wanted in the console. That's amazing for handhelds, and now the company's starting to drop the first hints at what the UI might look like. In a blog post about Xbox opening $1 billion. Really? There's $1 billion out there? Never knew that. Microsoft briefly revealed a new Xbox UI that looks a lot more console-like across multiple devices, and it appears to list Steam games. So I got a question for you guys. Is this going to be a game changer in the console market? Let's start with you, Natty. What do you think about this?
Honestly, I don't think so because, and it's not. It's a great idea, but like, you need to understand the audience and the market. So Steam is for computer gamers, and
Mhm.
computer gamers are completely different from console gamers.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people that they own either an Xbox or either a PlayStation or a Nintendo, and they are not gonna buy a computer. They are not gonna play Steam. They are not gonna play Epic. They're not gonna do that. So I feel like one of the issues maybe with Microsoft is that they have gone for like a specific group of gamers that is not that big because you always have like you have like gamers that are
Sorry about that. Your microphone is still low. I don't understand why.
is low.
Yeah. Real
Okay,
quick check.
let me check. Let me do a quick check.
Yeah, do a quick check real
It
quick.
should be nice.
Uh,
it's better
Let
when
me
you're
know.
closer to it. It's just not
Okay.
pulling you in when you're far away.
Okay, so the thing is like Microsoft they are going for a market for like some customers that there are not that many. Like you don't have that many people at this time buying gaming computer, so you cannot expect like people that play in consoles to know what is a Steam because usually people that do a Steam are the people that have a gaming computer, and a gaming computer is expensive. So I know what they try to do, but like I don't see that changing much. Is it better? Yeah, it should be like that because we as consumers we should have like pretty much access to everything if we spend like $500 on a console. But I don't really think with the because of the audience that they are chasing, I don't think that that is gonna improve that much on the consoles wars if there's one.
Now I'm gonna come in here and say something like, how much does it cost to build a PC? Like a good NPC?
What do
But
you call
build it
good NPC?
Yeah, a good
is like you talking about a laptop or a desktop.
a desktop. Just give me a desktop. A laptop is gonna be $1,200, for example. Pretty much a good laptop.
Like for gaming, like if you're gonna buy
Yeah.
a good gaming laptop, it's gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be like around at least around 1500.
Okay, 1,500. I said 1,200 to 1,500, but okay.
Yeah, and then like if it is a desktop, I will say like probably close to 2000, closer to 2000. I
Okay,
will say
there
something
you
like
go. So imagine you have a console that has Steam and it's right on the dot with the graphics and frame rate and everything. It's on the dot because that's something that for this generation we saw that it wasn't really on the dot with the frame rates and graphics and everything, right? So let's say next generation we actually get the 4K, we get 4K 60 in it, perfectly fine, running perfectly fine and all that stuff. And you get the latest optimal graphics already on the console, right? Right then and there. Why wouldn't me, a PC guy with a 2080, look at this and say, okay, you know what? Let me get the next Xbox because hell, I don't have to buy motherboards, I don't have to buy graphic cards and all that stuff because I already have it right here and just game from here because I have Steam. I got everything I have from PC over here. So why wouldn't I go get it? You know?
for the same reason that the people that buy iPhones just buy iPhones because it's an iPhone. So you're gonna have people that are gonna buy a PlayStation just because it's a PlayStation, and people that are gonna buy an Xbox just because it's an Xbox, and people that are gonna play a computer just because it's a computer. It's as simple as that.
Simple as
You
that.
got people that are not gonna change regardless. You can give them everything, and they still gonna stick to what they know and what they like.
Oh, let's see what happens.
Is that a challenge?
And see what happens. That's a challenge. I mean, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen next gen because I mean, you're getting a handheld and you're getting a console that does all this stuff. You know,
Hey,
I mean, we got to see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be an interesting generation next gen. I mean, we really, it's gonna be for me. I see it as a big game changer. Now I'm getting all that stuff in just a console. That's gonna be amazing, right then and there. Like, I mean, hell, I don't have to focus on like, oh man, I gotta get all this stuff like I used to because I have a Nintendo Switch, I have an Xbox, I have a PS5, I have a PC. But at the end, if I got this right here, hell, if I get it all this right in one console, man, I'm gonna be saving a lot of money. And the point is, at the end of the day, people what they're looking for, the casuals, right, is saving money. We're looking to save money right now.
I disagree with that. I disagree that people are looking to save money, especially the casuals. I don't believe that. Like you will see look, you get people. That's why you get people that they go to the club and spend $1,000 in bottles, and the next day they don't have anything to eat because people just like the shiny and expensive stuff. So I feel like it's really not. Is it gonna be better? Yeah, It might swing the things a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Not because it's gonna be bad. It's just the way that people are and the way that people behave. You cannot say that it's gonna change just because it's convenient for you. You just gotta think of like everybody else that is not like you. Because we are here talking about this is because all of us are gamers, like
Yep.
hardcore gamers. We don't appeal to the general public. You're not gonna get the people that buy a. You're not gonna get the guy that buys, let's say, an Xbox or a PlayStation just to play Fortnite and NBA 2K. You're not gonna get that guy watching us because we're talking about something else that they are not interested in, and that. Sadly, those are the guys that are moving the market. That's why we complain about the things that most of the developers and companies are doing in the games that they're throwing out because they are not appealing to us. They already got us. they already have our money. They want the money from those people, and that's where the issue comes from.
Well, let's see what happens next gen because, like I said, it's going to be an interesting generation because there's going to be a lot of changes coming up. It's going to be really interesting.
Well, hold
It's
on, hold on. I do want to say something though.
Go for it.
We talk about casual gamers, and
Yeah.
casual gamers usually only buy 2 games,
Games a year,
maybe
yeah.
3 games at most, right? So you got your Madden, you got your GTA, and you got your Call of Duty, right? So financially, they're not very strapped because that's about all they spend. You, I don't feel like you can compare that to some of these others. Like, yeah, I mean, granted, fortunately, in the situation we have Game Pass where you can get a bunch of stuff on Xbox
Yep.
for just a monthly. But yeah, no, casuals are only what if they pay that right out of pocket, that's like 160, 180, and
A year.
that's if they don't find a sale. Like if you buy one of those games a month or two after it comes out, you're talking 30 to 40 bucks max. So 120 to 180 at max is what the casuals are paying. Like you said, you can't compare them for sure, but it's I don't know. It's a different game. Like casuals don't do the same sort of business. I don't know.
But like I said, it's going to be an interesting next generation. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a lot of changes out here. There's a lot of people, still defending the whole buying a $70 game. Like, for example, another thing that's happening out there is that we're getting more notice that you're actually buying a license instead of owning the game. That's going to be another game changer out there when people finally realize that, there's going to be a lot of changes next gen. So I think Xbox right now, for what they're doing, what they're going, it's actually a good thing, especially for us that, that we look at this and we're like, man, we're going to get Steam, we're going to get Epic. If we do get all that stuff, if we do, like I said, if we do get all that stuff in one console, I mean, hell, why should I worry about anything else? Because I mean, if Steam comes, because we're gonna jump into that, right? We're gonna jump into the next one. If Steam comes to the console, right, and PlayStation does not block the games, because that is the next subject we're gonna jump into real quick, the blocking of the games, right? Then I have everything right here. Why should I go get this? Why should I go get that? And have all this stuff in front of me when I just have one console or just an extra one to play games.
I,
What do
I
you
actually,
think?
all right, I want to tackle a few things.
All right, go
Okay.
for it.
All right, the first thing about the whole PC aspect,
Yeah.
never expect a console is never gonna do, it's never gonna run better performance than a high end PC, because
Oh,
sure the PC is gonna get better, but so is I mean the console is gonna get better, but so is the PC.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
So and it's always gonna be behind. So that aspect is always going to be there, and I do agree with some of the points you have, Lou. That this console, the whole Steam thing, that's all great. It's very appealing, and I do think that it could be game changer. But then again, like 90 said, they're trying to. At the end of the day, most of the players, unfortunately, are casual gamers, and they think differently. And I think one of the main priorities that they have, and it's their biggest problem. We already talked about it.
It's the marketing.
Is their marketing.
Yep.
So how are they going to market this console? If they find a way to market the console, or and make it the cool console, the console that everyone should get, and the casuals actually start buying into it, then maybe they can sway it. But if they don't find a way to do that, it doesn't matter what they put in the console. Like 90 said, like it may sway it a little bit, but at the end of the day, like people buy PlayStation, most of them, and when I mean most of them, it's definitely more than 60%. They buy a PlayStation because it's PlayStation. It's not even because of the game, and we see them with the exclusive. Like, sure, there's a number that buy them because of the exclusive, but a lot of them just buy them because it's PlayStation. A lot of people buy Nintendo because it's Nintendo, and they grew up with their IPs, and some of them don't even play them anymore. But they just it's the way things go, and then we see it around too. Xbox. There's also Xbox players that they're die-high Xbox player no matter what Xbox does. Everything the platform does, they don't care about it. They still gonna get the console or the platform. So
All right.
it is true.
So P Lump with a beautiful and awesome $2 super chat. Next time I'm here, y'all better play my theme song. We'll have it in
What
queue.
is his themes? Oh yeah,
It's the Hollywood Hogo. We'll have it in queue for the next time. Don't worry, P Lump. We'll get you, man. We'll get you. And also, Silent Cypher, get the 5 Xbox International Podcast memberships. Thank you for that, Silent Cypher. That is awesome. Which El Nini got one, Rudy's got one, Malcolm Lax, Kenneth J. Williams, and that's about it. Did they get them all? Yes, they did. All right, awesome stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, this is how I see it, though. There is changes being made out here. We've seen these guys go in multi-platform strategy, so it's changing. Believe it or not, in front of our eyes, it's changing. So would it be better just get one box to have everything in it? I say yeah. I mean, for me, 100%. I say 100% yeah. I mean, I'm there. I mean, I wish I could just get a box to just have everything there, no issue, no problem, and not look anywhere else, man, because that's the issue. Looking anywhere else and doing all that stuff, it's insane. But let's see what's going to happen, though. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how their consoles will do. I mean, if that does come true, I mean, we have to wait till we see it 100% right there, because even though they posted it and we saw it, but we got to see what's going to come up, because all we're hearing is talks about the OS changes, handheld coming up, because that handheld is going to do wonders too. We got to see how that handheld plays into the market too, because I mean, hell, there's a lot of things happening out here.
All I'm gonna say, if their marketing keeps doing ads on nail polish and cookies, you can get.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
If that's their big marketing, then we got a big issue.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I haven't seen. Speaking of that, I miss my nail polish controllers. I miss them. Where's that at? It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. So now moving on to my next question: can Sony actually block games on Steam not to appear on Xbox? Let's start with you, Captain, since you started to wave your head.
Oh God!
I want to see you take on this one.
Well, so it depends on what they're doing, right? Like if are we talking outside of just the Xbox ecosystem, right? So we're talking like if you have a ROG Ally or something, being able to utilize something like that if we go to an Xbox handheld.
I don't know.
I just gave you too much. No, we'll put it this way, right? I feel like Sony could be petty with it if they wanted to in regards to certain things, but I think financially it doesn't make a lot of sense for Sony to do something like that. As it would be the same thing if Microsoft did it too. It's like, Microsoft puts games on Sony as well. Why? Money. Like money, user base, like it makes sense for them in a business aspect. So I don't think that Sony would do it, but at the same time, Sony of the last few years, like we talked about in the past, Sony of the last few years is not the same Sony that we grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Sony recently has been a little more aggressive and reluctant about doing these things. You have stuff like the baseball that ended up coming. Like MLB came to Xbox begrudgingly because MLB forced the situation and said, "You're going to release multi-plat because we want more money from your game."
Mm-hmm.
As far as Sony doing something like this, I mean, it just depends on what they choose to do. If we're talking like handhelds, where you're trying to log into something specifically, be it like an Xbox handheld, which we know is coming, they could, I suppose. But if it would have to be something where they'd have to block the entire launcher to that handheld specifically. Like not make the app for that handheld available for the Sony launcher. But if you have any of those Sony games on Steam, if you have any of those games on Epic Games or anything like that, people will still be able to play those games. Uh, so I don't know. I mean, it's yeah, Sony could try and do something for it, but at the same time, why would they? Business wise, the more money they get, the better off they are. It's the
Exactly.
same thing we saw with Xbox. Is like the more they were in the red in certain instances, like once they shifted to Xbox or once they shifted to PC, once we saw stuff like Quantum Break and things like that come to PC, it made sense to them because they were starting to sell more copies, right? So either way, I mean, we've talked about it before, but the more multi-plat options you have, the more availability you
Yeah.
have to those games, the better your company is as far as the future goes.
Yep.
So, I mean, they could be selfish about it. They could be obstinate because they don't want to support the other system. But at the same time, it's just like Xbox releasing Sea of Thieves on PlayStation. Yes, we have people over here that are using Game Pass, but at the same time, we could sell it over here on PlayStation for X amount of dollars and still make money. So why would we cut our nose off to spite our face? Like, it doesn't make business sense at this point in time, especially with where we're at, to say, no, I don't want my game on another system. Like, and as a customer, as an Xbox customer or vice versa, does it really affect me at all if someone else is playing the video game on another system? No. No. It means that someone else is getting to play that game, which I guess in a way it affects me in the fact that if the game does better, maybe we'll see sequels. But it just, I don't know. It feels like old console war rhetoric that we don't really have to deal with at this point in time, given the fact that you can play games on almost anything at any time. Um, yeah, I don't see any reason for anyone to put gates up. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Sony hasn't said, hey, you can play some of our Sony games on your Xbox.
Exactly.
Because
I've been waiting
when
for
you
that.
do that, you make more money too. It's
Exactly.
again, it's a pride thing. It's because it's Sony and they don't want to do that. But at the same time, if you put those games on the other systems, they're going to sell. Be
Hmm.
like if Nintendo put their stuff on multi-plat. You're going to sell more. Now, granted, Nintendo already sells an insane amount because they're already over what 160 million units or
Yeah,
something.
they're going nuts out there. Oof. So
But
so
if you
nuts.
make it available to more markets, you're going to sell more copies. So
Yep.
why not?
Why not? I agree 100%. How about you, Natty? What do you think about can Sony block Xbox from getting its games through via
Uh,
Steam?
I feel like they shouldn't, but I definitely know that they will do it because they're petty like that. Uh, I feel like they do it because they feel that giving you the chance to play what they have in another console takes the power away from them, or the ability to sell their own console. At the end of the day, it's a business and it's driven by money. And if I'm giving you the chance to have my product in your console, that means that somebody else that wants to play my games, maybe somebody that is one of your fans, instead of buying my console, they're just gonna buy my game on your console. I feel like the way that the gaming business is moving, they shouldn't do it. But at the end of the day, Sony, so I know they definitely gonna do it.
Okay. How about you, Sal? What do you think?
Well, I do get what Nighty's saying. I feel like they're very protective of their brand,
Hmm.
and in a way, it kind of it's a double edged sword because you at that you they companies do want money, so but you also don't want to be too much of a. I feel like what a lot of the things they do, like when they do something, is because they have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, like if you look, Xbox has innovated in a lot of things. Like they came with the online things first. There's a lot of things that they done first. They took their games to PC first, and it's not that Sony doesn't maybe want to do it. It's also that one, they don't have the same amount of money to take those risks, and then the other thing is they don't have to take the heat. Because like when people see changes, especially that drastically, like especially like gamers, we see gamers, they don't like those drastic changes. Like a lot of people, it takes time for them to go from like it took time for some people to adapt from cartridge to like CD. Like at first people were like, some people were not, but then everything changed. And then it took time to change to play games online. Not everyone was like too into that, but finally, once they saw the good reception with Xbox, what they did, they brought the live, and I feel like this is the same thing with bringing the games to other platform, and also with the live service. They're actually waiting on what's gonna happen before we do, and that's Xbox takes all the heat. Take all the heat from the media, the media doing articles, all this and that.
Yeah.
And, I feel they're just sitting back. They have a great brand name, so they don't need to take those chances right now.
Because let me tell you my point of view, right? Because I saw this conversation, about Sony blocking out there.
Oh,
But
real quick, sorry.
what's up?
Just
What's up?
And regarding the blocking the games on Steam, I don't think it's a them thing. Like I don't think they can necessarily do it without Steam permission, because at the end of the day, it's Steam platform, so they can either take the games away from Steam, but I don't know if they necessarily could say block this. Like they can block it for a region. I know for a fact you can do that. Like, I'll block it for the U.S.
Yeah, I'm blocked.
But block it for like a device, I don't know if that's possible. But maybe I'm wrong.
Because here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, and I keep telling you guys don't believe me. I mean, I don't know if Rudiggs is still here. Rudiggs can tell you that through GeForce Now, I can play. If there's some Sony games on there, I can probably play them on my Xbox right away. I can probably play them through Booster Ray too. I mean, it's there for me to play. At the end of the day, I have access to those games. But since we're talking about the blocking conversation, right? Sony can block it. I saw people out there getting worried that if they can, if they don't. But listen, we don't have to worry because just Steam alone, I even said this on my show because I looked it up. Steam alone has 100,000 games just alone. So by Steam having 100,000 games just alone, I mean, that's more than enough. And not only that, Counter-Strike. Just with Counter-Strike, we'll take down any of PlayStation games down the way. So at the end of the day, should we worry if they block it or if they don't? I mean, should we worry about that? I mean, it's not something to worry about because if Steam does go to Xbox, Epic Store comes to Xbox, and we have the Xbox Store on there, we don't have to worry about nothing. We have so many games to play. It's going to be insane.
But Lou, real quick.
What's
and
up?
sorry to go against you, but
What's up?
just to look, if you go on Steam right now and you go look at the 2 top selling games right now.
What is it? Tell me.
You want to guess what they are?
Go for it. What did you say?
Okay, the first one is Schedule I, and then the second one is called Repo.
Repo. All right.
It's 2 indie games that I'm sure a lot of console games never heard about them and will probably never play them in their life. But right now, those 2 games, they're killing it in the PC market. Because, like Nighty said, and I agree with him with that, PC players are not the same like console players. They're completely different.
Well, the top sellers, number 1 is Counter-Strike 2. Next one is Schedule I. Then there's the first Berserker Kazan that's up there in 4th. Tennis
Oh,
Future is
I think
fifth.
because you're in the R, you got a different list.
Oh, you got a different list.
Because my list, I can share right now. Schedule
I
I
can show you
is
mine too.
one, and then Repo is
Let
second.
me
Third
see.
is Counter Strike 2. Fourth is Assassin's Creed.
So you're saying my list sucks? You,
No,
oh
I'm
man.
not saying it
Yeah. Yep.
sucks, but
No.
No, I
if you
will.
put it
I
that
will.
way,
So if you keep doing this thing of if you keep doing this thing of I show you mine and you show me yours, I'm gonna log out.
Uh,
So stop it.
so here's the thing that this is the part where these Sony fans don't understand, right? And I keep bringing it up because they always like to pick a fight with me in the chat and everything. I keep saying this, right?
but wait,
And now,
there's
and now,
more.
yep. One last thing, real quick, right? One last thing. So you're telling me that 30 billion a year in revenue, yet they are not smart at business? Okay, Louis. Okay, Alini, I got a question for you because now Louis is gonna come in with the slander. You're not gonna like this. How's the inside of Sony doing right now? Tell me, how is the future of their games doing? How are they bringing in the money to make more games? Why are they canceling games? Why are studios being shut down? Why is all this shit happening over there when it shouldn't? Because I gotta tell you something, Eleni. I've had PS since when? Since two? I have PS since two, right? Even though I didn't play that much PS3, I went into four. But why is this generation of the PlayStation not looking so pretty? The thing is, while you got media backing you up, while you got stuff like that going around, right? Trying to say the business is prospering, business is doing so good. Oh my God, they're doing fantastic. But hell, you buy this thing to play games. That's what you're doing. Yet, here comes another question. With Xbox right now porting all those exclusives, like they're doing it right now, why hasn't their console sale gone up as the same as PlayStation? Why haven't they done that? You see where I'm heading with this? Because at the end of the day, though, right? You got Sony canceling, shutting down studios, not doing all this stuff. Where the hell are they going to get their money? They lost. They even had only like a plan A because it kind of sucks. I've talked about this before. Sony only had, it seems like they only had a plan A, and that is go with Call of Duty to the end. Because they even said it out there without Call of Duty, we ain't got shit. And I was like, why is that? I mean, you've been out here in the market for like the last 30, 40 years, and you were just counting on Call of Duty, and Call of Duty was the one to give you the money to make games. I mean, what the hell is going on over there? And that's something that you guys don't bring up. That's something you guys don't bring into the table and ask questions because you know why? You just don't sit down and think about it. Now, I do ask the questions. I do say this stuff because at the end of the day, I keep telling y'all it's competition. It benefits us. Like for a prime example, why didn't Lego Horizon go to Xbox? It should have been on Xbox. It would have actually sold a little bit of pretty well, you know? It actually would have sold a little bit better than how it did. Because right now they invested that money to get that game on the go, and if it didn't sell good, then what do you think is going to happen next? I mean, that's the whole point. That's the
Well,
point. You guys don't sit down and think about it. So at the end of the day, so should they go a different route and change? I believe so. That's why they started porting their games to PC because they got to get that cash in, baby. That's what they got to do. So what you gonna say, Sour?
no, I was gonna say I don't think that game. Would you have bought that game? I
Me?
don't think that game coming to Xbox was gonna do any
Well, I'll
different.
put up another prime example. Look at Helldivers. I mean, what was the one? What was the device that pushed Helldivers to the top? Was it PlayStation?
No, that was
No,
the PC
it
There
definitely.
was
you go.
PC.
Yeah,
So
that game that game could have been everywhere because
exactly.
especially
What
because
do you
that was
mean?
a live service game.
Exactly.
You
I
want
mean,
more player,
you want more players. You want people to go into it, get more
but
numbers into it.
Horizon the Lego,
But because I'll give you another example.
no.
Look at Forza Horizon is doing at your store. Look how it is. It's top. It's on the top list of PlayStation. I don't.
But
Not only
but
in the
look at the
U.S.
type of game, Lou. You gotta look at the
Yeah,
type
I
of
know
game.
what I'm saying. It's a type of game, but okay. But I'll give you an example with Horizon. So imagine you if you had God of War landing on Xbox. Imagine you if you had Helldivers landing on Xbox. Shit, it would have been the top 10 too, probably. And that's what we want, guys. We want these companies to survive to keep competing against each other.
Yeah, but you need to understand that their strategy is different. Like the
Yeah.
strategy of Xbox is just making the game available for everywhere because they are going to a point where they are trying to get the money out from the games, from the sale
I
of the
get it.
games, while I feel that Sony is trying to get the money out of the console itself. So that's
Uh,
why they are now making their stuff available somewhere else.
yeah,
That's what I feel, that it might be a bad idea. Yeah, I feel like it is a bad idea, but that's what they're doing, and I
yeah,
feel like they're sticking with their guns with that one.
yeah, but yeah, remember they switched business strategy to now monthly active users. If you did see that in the last report they showed, they're switching their strategies as of late. That's why I keep saying next generation is going to be interesting because all these companies have changed. And not only that, Sony has started to port their games to PC. If if they had that thing locked down like Nintendo has, they wouldn't have started porting it to PC because they're in the safe zone, and
Louis,
that's why Sony's
on
going to port it. What's up,
real
Sal?
quick to take some air out of your balloon on that one. Yeah, Xbox did the exact same shit, right?
Right.
So they stopped reporting hardware sales.
Yeah.
Why? Because
Why?
their hardware sales were sucking,
Oh, I know that. 100%.
right?
Yeah.
So it's the exact same thing. Each company does the exact same thing. We see this
Mhm.
over and over again, back and forth,
Yeah.
depending on who's leading the charge for that generation, be it Xbox or PlayStation. They're always coming in and they're announcing the numbers
Hmm.
when it benefits them the most.
Exactly.
If it doesn't benefit them,
They,
they're
they'll
not
quiet.
announcing the numbers.
Oh, I noticed that too.
Why? Because it doesn't look great to them. It's
Hmm.
the same thing. It's the same thing as the naming conventions for the systems. Why would you call your system an Xbox 2 when you could call it an Xbox 360? So that way you can make yourself sound better than a PlayStation 3, right? You're a higher number. It's all about marketing.
Hmm.
The optics are what decide it for you based on your marketing and your sales.
Yep. But let's see. Like I said, next gen for me, because I'm ready for next gen. I've been ready for next gen since I saw the Steam thing. I'm ready to see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting one, guys. I bet you it will. There's a lot of changes happening. It's insane. It's insane. Well, guys, I guess it's time to land the plane, right? Or the spaceship, or what's it called? Doctor ship. I don't know. What do we call it?
We're definitely not having you or Xbox name it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Louis got abducted by a UFO in the early 90s, and we
Oh,
don't want to know all the details.
so that's gonna be the Louis story. Louis got abducted by a UFO in the early '90s.
I think that
That's
was a side mission in GTA 5.
really. But anyways, 90, thank you for joining us on this show, man. It was awesome. It was fantastic, man, having you on. It was good hearing your side of things. Good, great conversation, brother. Please tell everyone where they can find you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me here. It has been really fun talk about games and all that. Pretty much the handle on all the social medias that you can find is going to be the same, 90 Kruger. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, like every place. If you don't see that name, it means that I'm not on that one. So move to the next one.
All right. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Sour Blow. Where can they find you, sir?
All right, you can find me here on Wednesday, but besides that, you can find me on the Mystic Fragments channel. I'm trying to do content when I can. Pretty busy, but I'm actually here. I'm actually gonna put this on right here. So tomorrow I have a video of an unboxing that I did. So
Which one?
it's my Fallout Beat Boy. You can see it in the background there. Here,
Nice,
I'll
nice,
come
nice,
back. You see,
nice.
it's pretty
Sour
cool.
Blow.
It's pretty awesome. And
Sour Blow gonna be jamming with the P-Boy. He's gonna be running around using it like a normal watch. And when people say, hey, I got a roller, says, hey, I got a Pit Boy, bitch. That's what they're gonna tell.
yes, I will. And then this Friday, I got my next What If with none other than the Cowboy. So it's going to be What
Oh,
If Gamefly teamed up with a publisher. So as you
wow.
guys might know, once a month I do one of these What If.
Man, I gotta say something real quick. Cowboy sounds that face gesture he's doing sounds like he got some stinky ass pits. Cause like they smell bad. doing that face expression.
Sorry, cowboy. Sorry.
Oh, I forgot. He told me to put another picture of him. I forgot to put it up. I'm so sorry, cowboy. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, awesome stuff. How about you, Silent Cypher? Where can they find you, sir?
Oh God, you know what? You can find me all sorts of places. You can find me on social media, primarily on. Oh goodness, you can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on Threads. I think those are the main ones currently. I skipped out of X because that nonsense was a garbage fire that I was ready to get away from. But besides that, you can also find me this coming Friday. We're going to be discussing the movie The Autopsy of Jane Doe on Fright Night with. Sorry, Louis. Fright Night with Ferocious Fee. So I don't know. Yeah, have you seen the movie?
I think I have. Let me see. It's a weird name.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, if you decide you want to watch it, I think it's on AMC Plus, and I think it might also be on Netflix.
Ooh.
Interesting movie.
It is?
If you decide that you want to join us Friday evening, I think it's 4 p.m. my time, but it's 6 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to come hang out with us, talk about the movie. I really enjoyed it. Spoilers. But yeah, you should stop by, hang out with us for a little bit. I think, Louis, here in the next week or two, I think we're going to finish our Bellatra run that we were doing.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. We got to finish that. We got to blast.
Real quick, Silent. Let me help you promote. So 90 is a huge, I believe, last time I checked, he's a huge horror fan, right? Well, at least I know he's huge into the It IP, and the name Kruger, tells you something.
The what? The It IP?
Sure. Okay.
It IP?
So he might be interested in that Friday podcast.
Okay.
That one is good. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I saw that one. That one is really good.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but yeah, it caught me off guard. We'll say that.
Spoiler:
right?
Jane Doe dies.
Oh.
Spoilers. Heavy spoilers. But yeah, no, it was really good. I strongly recommend anyone who is interested in any sort of like weird paranormal witchcraft, anything, whatever. I don't want to ruin it, but yes, go watch the movie because it was an experience, and it's got a really good crew to it. Also, the cast is really good. It's got Emil Hirsch. It has Brian Cox. It's got a couple other folks also, but those names will match up.
It has
you'll see them from other stuff. No. Sour. Jesus. Come on now. It's got the guy from Super Troopers. It's got the boss from Super Troopers. It's got the kid from The Girl Next Door, right? Or from Alpha Dog. Right? So if you've seen those, you know who they are.
What? What you say about me?
He's trying to get me to say awful things.
Well, he said about himself.
He's trying to get me to say horrible things. So we're not going to go there. But oh God, it's already happened in the chat. Anyways, you'll find me on Friday on Ferocious Fee's channel at Fright Nights at Ferocious Fee. I just provide the links in chat. And I provide my social media chat, but also just in general, if you're looking for me, you can find me as Silent Cypher, be it Xbox, be it social media, whatever. You'll see me all over the place except for X. Nairi, it was great to have you this evening. Again, apologies again for Crazy Louie, and sorry that Sour Blow has such bad taste in video games. Be it Tony Hawk and all that stuff. Yep. He's still hoping that Star Citizen's going to release
Oh,
So we
Lord.
forgive him.
God,
We
damn.
forgive him.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't know
mean,
how long you have known him, but I know him for a long time, and I already knew all that. Like,
not
it's
90,
not a surprise. It's not a
90.
surprise.
You know what was his first thing on
it's
Mystic
been years.
You know what was the first thing on Mystic Fragments? He sent me there for like 20 minutes to watch a damn trailer of Star Citizen because it had Henry Cavill on it. And I was like, why are you putting me through
Yeah.
this torture? It was like literally
He
the most.
sent he sent me that. I told him, yeah, it was really nice. I didn't see that thing. I
Oh, the
just was
Lord.
like,
Oh,
no,
no.
hell
Oh,
no.
oh, hell no. No, no, no,
No,
no.
hell no.
No.
Look, he's already a citizen and he's already retired on that game, and the game is still not out.
Right?
Natty, how much money did he put in there real quick before
I got
say-
no comment.
Oh,
No,
On that
I
game,
how much money did he
hell,
put in?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's a lot of money.
500
A
easy.
lot of money.
500 easy.
No way.
A lot of money
Oh
on that
yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where can you find the crazy one, guys? Simple and easy. You can find me at Twitter X under Crazy Louie Gaming, also Blue Sky under Crazy Louie Gaming, and Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET, right here with Soundblow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher, right here at this very same YouTube channel. So, guys, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you all for super chats. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. I seriously do. Seriously, you guys are fantastic. So, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And, guys, have a beautiful. Oh, wait, what am I saying? My morning outro. And, guys. Oh shit! I forgot now.
What's
I mention
going
my
on?
outros all the time. I don't know. It's been a while. So let's go. Let's rock and let's not mix the outros again. Yes. See you all next Wednesday and tomorrow morning on Good Morning Crazy Little Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.
See ya.